You know how we always talk about toxic habits that we all sometimes do something like smoking, eating junk foods, or not sleeping enough? Well, those are obvious, and we all know about these bad habits that some of us may just now do or had done in the past. But there are actually some habits that they seem harmless and we do every single day, and we just don't notice that they're bad. Are they really bad? Are we just thinking that they are harmless or they are really harmless? In 2023, Psychology Today published an article that the title was Six Habits That They Seem Harmless. And honestly, when I just read that, I felt like, oh, that's me. In every aspect, I thought that that was actually something, the habits were something that I do every single day in my life, in classrooms, in my room, on my bed, in the car, and everywhere I do them. And I was confused that I didn't notice about them. I actually noticed some of them. I'll tell you later which one of them I've noticed about myself. But today in this video, I'm gonna tell you these habits and how they actually seem to harm you in your life and what's the solution for them. And let's start with the big one. Number one is checking your phone constantly, continuously, and gradually start to feel that you're living in your phone. But let's just be honest and just tell me, how many times have you just checked your phone today? Just today. Most people may say 50% in their free time they just check their phone. But studies shows that a person checks his or her phone around 150 times per day. That's crazy, right? According to Psychology Today, and as I just read that article, it says that every time you check your phone, your brain releases a tiny shot of dopamine, the same chemical linked to addiction, as you know. Over time, this rewires your brain to crave constant stimulation. That means less focus, more anxiety, and ironically, less satisfaction. I mean, this is crazy, you know. It says here's the danger. You're training your brain to never be okay with silence and boredom and something like deep thought as you just need, or something like cognitive thinking that is really important in our lives. And I'm going to have another video about that in the future. And those moments of stillness, those moments actually of boredom that you may have in your life are those moments that actually may make you to think more creative, or something like a more slowly happens to you to more creative thinking. And so what can we do? Okay, I said I have the problem, and now I'm going to tell you the solution. You have to set phone free times. And I want to tell my experience about this to you. When I don't have any particular job with my phone. For example, I don't have to check the university group in Telegram, or I just have checked all the reels that my friends had sent to me last day, for example. And all set, you know, everything is just checked. I promised myself to turn off my phone for about maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, until, for example, I eat my dinner, I wash my dishes, for example. Let me say that it was more effective for me than just turning off your phone for a day or turning off your phone for a week. When you turn off your phone for a day or a week, your brain starts to signal you there may be something important in that group of the university. There may occur something important in the whole world, and you just need to know about that. There may be something important, or for example, your friend may call you and just be confronted with a turned off phone of you. That's ridiculous, But when you turn it off for 4 hours or 5 hours, you just start to train your brain to focus on the things that I'm doing now, and I'm going to give you a prize 4 hours later, and I'm going to check that phone again. You just tell your brain that. Seems like that seeing reels on Instagram and scrolling, going up, down, and just these things in Instagram seems much more important. Why is that? Okay. Recently, I've confronted with something that I was very impressed with it. I wrote it down on papers, and I just want to share it with you. What is this thing we are looking for when we scroll? And when did the feed start feeding off us? You unlock your screen, open a little window to infinity, and vanish into the glow. You learn, you laugh. Sometimes you share a piece of your soul. Sometimes you find it. You tell yourself it's harmless. Just 5 more minutes. Just one more scroll. And you watch others people's stories. It gives you everything you want at once. So you forget what you need, and it takes something from you each time. You see so much, yet remember almost nothing. You connect with everyone and somehow feel more alone. Do you really expect this content to make you feel content? Reels are real, and shorts make life shorter. You see, it's all in their names. And yeah, tell me your opinions in the comments down below, and your solutions about the addiction nowadays we have to our phones, and I'll appreciate your comments and I'll read all of them. Okay, for now, let's just get into second habit, that is procrastination. The truth is, I think procrastination isn't just laziness. You're not lazy by procrastinating something to tomorrow. Okay? Your brain is just avoiding discomfort and wants to feel free for the next hours. Maybe you're afraid of failure, or maybe the task feels overwhelming. I don't know. Whatever it is that procrastination gives you short-term relief, but long-term stress. And I have experienced this a lot. I can tell you that. You just push it off, the task that you must do, but the task is still there and will haunt you in the background. You always feel tired about procrastination. You hate it, okay? I see most of my friends and actually my family hate procrastination, but they also do procrastinate their jobs. So what is it? What's wrong with us? Okay? I mean, what's the solution? Okay, the Psychology Today says that the solution is break tasks into ridiculously small steps. And it says, don't say that I'm going to write a 10-page essay. Say I'm just going to write a paragraph, okay? And then when you start that one paragraph, you'll find it more easy to continue and write the other pages, and you just open your eyes and see, wow, it's finished, okay? For me, creating this channel, the payphone channel, that I've planned it for months. I can tell you that it's been 8 months or maybe 9 months that I've been planning for my subjects that I wanted to tell you in the videos, for the background, all these things in my back, for my microphone. I was planning for everything to be perfect. Perfectionism. Actually, procrastination and perfectionism had lots of relationships with each other. I assure you that. I have both of them because I want to be a perfect person, and I just, in that process, I become so tired and I feel like, okay, I procrastinate this job because I'm not a perfect person. This is as simple as I told you. My subject in university, the thing that I study in university is Chinese literature and language, okay? And you know, Chinese has no alphabet. You may know or you may not know, but Chinese has no alphabet. And all you have to do is to memorize all those hanzi. I just don't know how I can memorize them all. You know, I think we have about 6,000 hanzi, different hanzi in Chinese language. And you have to learn them all by their shape and their pronunciation and the tone of their pronunciation. These are specific subjects that I wanted to tell you. I don't want to get down to the point of the Chinese language. But this is it. Procrastination is showing itself also in my literature because I just procrastinate the new hanzi, which I have to learn or memorize because they are a lot. And I say, okay, I can do that in another time. When I was not tired, when I was just had enough time, I can do that in another time. Okay, I just said that. Or I can just wait for my exams in university and study for them. This is all I can do for my Chinese learning. Okay, let's put procrastination aside, and I'm telling you that I'm going to produce another video for procrastination that we all have in our lives. Okay, number 3 is constantly comparing yourself with others, especially nowadays in YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know, maybe Telegram, everything you have, you're just seeing your friends happy, dressed good, and you say, why I'm not happy just like them? What is wrong with me? You just say, okay, they're happy, they're living their life, they're doing their jobs, but it's hard for me to focus, and I'm just comparing their beauty with my beauty, and their boyfriend with my boyfriend, and everything, their family with my family, and comparing these things. Or even not your friends, your idols, your, I don't know, a celebrity, anyone in those pages. You just compare yourself. They are always just ahead of you, and you are not good enough. You are not beautiful enough. You are not strong enough, brave enough, intelligent enough. You know, you always feel like this, okay, what am I going to do? All the people are better than me. So what my life worth for? Okay, you always say that. They are good. But here's the point. They just show their good times in their lives, and you just see that good times in their lives in their pages. At the time of bursting into tears, no one take his or her phone, turning on the camera, and just, hey guys, I'm so sad, I'm bursting into tears, I'm losing my life, my boyfriend had left me, my boyfriend is gone. No one does that. They just always this, always like this, and they just posted their photos into those pages. And here's what Psychology Today say. When you compare, you either feel inferior which crushes your motivation, or you feel superior, which kills humility. Both are dangerous. So, what do you do instead? Shift from comparison to inspiration. I think this is good sometimes. Instead of thinking they are better than me, think what can I learn from them or what can I inspire from them. And remember, the only person should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. I think this sentence is a total cliche, but I decided to put it in my video because I thought that was true. Okay, the next thing is number 4 is focusing only on negatives. Our brains are wired with what psychologists call the negativity bias. Basically, negative experiences stick in our memory. I totally agree. Much more than positive ones. Our evolution built this in to protect us from danger. But in modern life, it makes us anxious, pessimistic, and even depressed. If you constantly zoom in what's wrong, you miss what's right. And the fix is to practice to think on good. Instead of writing a generic list like I'm thankful for my family, friends, health, and this, be specific and write I'm grateful for the way my friend made me laugh yesterday. Specific gratitude rewires your brain to notice the good in real time. I actually agree with this. Negativity is important for our life, okay? If you see yin yang philosophy from China, this says that life forms from 2 colors, black and white, okay? If we suppose that black is the bad things in our life and negativity, and suppose that white is for good things and possibilities in our life, okay? You can see that in those colors and the shapes, there is also a black circle in the white part and a white circle in the black part. And this just actually says that negativity is wired in our lives, and we just have to have these pains and these bad things in all our lives, and this was just supposed to be there. And I appreciate to know your thoughts and your idea about this issue in the comments. Don't forget to comment them down below. Okay, number 5 is not setting boundaries. I know this one is a little bit snaky, you know. Maybe you say yes to everything and every event, like just Jim Carrey in Yes Man movie. I love that movie, by the way. And what happened to him made him to say yes to every suggestion and every decision and everything that he wanted to do or what not to do. When you say yes in everything, some people may just actually let people to overstep your limits. And if you just don't set boundaries for some people, or maybe even your family or your friends, you're teaching them that your time is not just that valuable as you think, and it just doesn't matter in any aspect, and you just don't have any plan for your life. You just don't want to start anything, and you're all free. You're free in every time. They just call you and say, okay, let's go to the blah blah bar. I want to go to that bar. And you have lots of jobs to do in your home. For example, I don't know, working on a new project for your job, anything. And you actually don't have any time, and you just decide to procrastinate it and go to that bar with your friend. Okay, but if you set boundaries, Sometimes, not always. Sometimes just saying no, and I have to do that project, I have to do that job, you'll find it that you are not procrastinating and you are just doing the right thing and setting boundaries, okay? And these two things sometimes can be related to each other. And also remember, it's not a selfish reaction to these things that happen in everyday life. It's not selfish. I think it's something like self-respect. And you respect for yourself, for your time, and for the things that had to be done, and for the things that you have to do them. So that's it for today's video. I hope it was useful for you. And as I always say, feel free to subscribe, to like, to share with your friends and all this. And I'm Ghazal, this is Payphone, and see you next time.